everybody, and welcome to today's video, the last video of this advent calendar, the 12th or the 24th. Apologies for it coming out a little bit late, but let me tell you, it's a big one because I am gonna show you a bunch of tricks that you could use on your Christmas block. And the first thing I'm gonna build is a Christmas tree, a big Christmas tree. So what you want to do is, with the grid on or with the grid off, doesn't really matter, just place 4 big crates in a square like this, and then on 2 sides, doesn't really matter on what side, as long as they're opposites of each other, you're gonna place the camping shelving all the way to the bottom, and you're gonna place the pillars on there like I'm showing you. Now this can be a bit fidgety because the outer shelves you want to push back as far as they go on the crate so that you have enough room for the actual Christmas tree to still stay on there. And once you've done that, we're gonna put 4 small crates in the middle of the big crates. In between those, we're gonna put a wall shelf. You want to make sure that it's completely in the middle so it's not touching any of the 4 small crates. And on top of that crate, we're gonna put another small crate, and you want to make sure that's perfectly in the middle of it. And now we're just gonna put Christmas trees all over these. If they're not perfectly centered, that's okay. You're not gonna really see that in the end. And once we've done that, we're also gonna put some on these pillars. Now these are a little bit fidgety and you really gotta find that magic spot where they hit. But once you've found that, this is how it should look. Next thing, we're gonna put 4 crates against each other with the grid on so that they're stuck together. And we're gonna put 2 Christmas trees on each side. Now you want to all select this entire thing and put it as far back as you can on the sides with the 3 shelving. And as I showed you on the other side, we're gonna do the same thing on this side. First we're gonna put our Christmas trees on the pillars, and then we're gonna put 4 crates against each other with the grid on so that they're stuck together. Gonna put 2 Christmas trees on there as well, and we want to alt select this entire thing and put it as far back against the wall shelves with the pillars as we can. After we have done that, we're gonna go to the other 2 sides, and we're gonna put 1 camping shelf with a pillar on top of it in the middle of it. We're not gonna put any additional shelving on there, just the 1, otherwise we don't have room for our Christmas trees. And once we've done that, we're gonna also put a Christmas tree on there on both sides. And after that, we're gonna do the same thing with the previous 2 sides. We're gonna grab our 4 crates, we're gonna put them together on the grid against each other. We're gonna put 2 Christmas trees on there, and we're gonna alt select it and push it as far back as we can against the shelving. And now that we've done that, we're just gonna go in with single trees. You want to make sure that you have 3 on this side so that you can hide the pillars with these trees. You're still probably gonna see them a little bit, but not as much with these trees in front of it. And gotta just make sure that you have 3 trees on each side. And on this side you'll only have 2 because that's just how it fits. And the next thing I'm gonna show you is a Christmas stall. I'm gonna show you two variations. This one's a little bit smaller than the other one. We're also gonna use some of the spring fever lights. Again, this doesn't involve any glitching. You should be able to do this on Switch as well. And now I'm just gonna build up the walls. We're also gonna add in a floor. I know the walls are sticking out a little bit, but you're not gonna really see that. And for the roof tiles, I am using the ramps. But you could put anything you'd like on here, rugs, anything that would be able to go on top of it. And here's a little close-up of how I decorated it in the nighttime and in the daytime. The next thing I want to show you is how to make a fake pond. So what you want to do is you put two walls on top of each other, and you want to use the industrial shelf. And what you saw me do with the paver is you first put it on top. You want to hover the paver underneath the shelf, but do not place it down. When hovering underneath your shelf, you want to select something else in your hotbar. This will glitch out, it will ghost the paver underneath the shelf. And the next thing you want to do is put the gourmet cup on top of your table. After that, you want to alt select the gourmet cup. This will ensure that you can place the table underneath the shelf on top of the paver. And once you've done that, you select the paver, and this will allow you to place the table anywhere you'd like. This will sink the table into the floor. Now this may take you a couple of tries before you find the right height of the shelf for the height of the table. And this is also something that's not possible on the Switch. But here's the end result of that, how I decorated it, again in the night and daytime. And the next thing I'm going to show you is another stall. This one's going to be a little bit bigger, and the placement of it is going to shift around a little bit. But I'm using the bigger size Spring Fever lights. I could have done this with the medium Spring Fever lights as well, but this just gives a little bit more inspiration, just a tiny bit different to the other one if you want to have some more variety on your plot. And first we're gonna place some flooring on this side. And we're gonna put some ramps on this side as well. The idea is sort of similar to the other one, just the shape of it is a little bit different. And yeah, you really want to make sure that they're aligned properly, that there are no gaps in between. I noticed when I was doing this that one of the floors was sticking out a little bit. So with the last floor, you just want to make sure that when you're placing it, it's not sticking over the edge. But again, you should also be able to do this on the Switch. There's no glitching or ghosting involved in this as well. And we're just gonna put some walls up here. Now on the bottom, we're not gonna place anything, only on the top, but if you have your grid on, they should snatch on immediately. And once you've done that, again, you wanna make sure that the last flooring isn't sticking over. But we're gonna do basically the same thing on the other side. We're gonna put ramps on the entire thing, and that is going to be our roof. Now, as mentioned with the other stall, you can put anything you would like up on here. And this is a picture of how I decorated it, again in the night and daytime. The next thing we're gonna build is Santa's sleigh. I do want to mention though that I've seen a couple of videos of people making the sleigh, so this idea is absolutely not my own. But we're gonna use the gourmet cup again. We're not gonna ghost anything, we're just gonna magically put them together. As long as you have your gourmet cup on any item you want, you can move them closer into each other than the game normally would allow. What we're gonna do here though first is we're gonna put the lights where we think we want them before replacing the couch. I did place one of them on the other side just so that I have a guide of where exactly the light should go. The rest I did off camera because it took me a really long time before I was actually happy with it. But the last thing we're gonna do is put a chair on top of this. You want to make sure that with anything you want to merge together like this is that you all select the cup, otherwise it will not work. And it's gonna take a lot of trial and error because the cup is very small, so you're gonna probably have to try a few times before you actually alt select the cup and not the couch or any other item of the sleigh. But here's an end result picture of how I decorated it in the night and daytime. And I'm also gonna show you the full end result with the Christmas tree in daylight but also in nighttime. I'm also gonna show you the inside. They're both accessible, you can walk into them. This is the same build but in the nighttime. I just wanted to give you an idea of how it looked both in the day and nighttime. I gotta say I really love how this turned out, and I'm definitely gonna keep it on this plot, and I'm gonna just extend on it because just the sheer amount of work and time that went into this, I don't really want to tear it down. Even after the holidays, this is gonna be my holiday plot probably. And thank you for watching. This is the end of the video. Make sure to hit the like, subscribe and notification bell, and see you on future projects and hopefully streams again, although I don't have an estimate on that yet. But see you next time. Bye bye.